Hey YouTube friends and family, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing really good. It's been a while. I've kind of sat back and just watched and listened, done a lot of reading, a lot of studying, trying to figure out what's going on. I thought I'd get on here and just share my 2 cents worth, and see how everybody's doing. Let you know that I'm still alive and kicking. We got a lot going on. Stuff that has everybody kind of feeling unnerved. But on the bright side, it's stuff that we're sharing. We're getting information out as quick as it's coming in. Some people are adding to it. Some people take away from it. But for the most part, we're getting to the base of it. Not necessarily the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's kind of hard to find today. I wanted to share with friends down in Georgia and other places that Anonymous put out a warning that they uncovered an ISIS plan to attack 7 cities tomorrow. This was put out on November 21st by Michelle Jesse, an associate editor for Allen West, Steadfast and Loyal. Evidently, there has been a threat that they're going to attack, and they're including cities such as Atlanta, Georgia, tomorrow. So if you're down around in that area, please be careful. Pay attention. And that's where it begins, friends. We have a problem right now as far as our government stepping up, or at least from what we can see. There's 2 ways to look at it. There's obviously a lot more taking place than we know, because they are not transparent. They don't come out and tell us. Could it be that they don't tell us because the best kept secret could be in the best interest of the country, where if they come out and they tell us everything, it's out in the open, and we know that the enemy is using the internet to do all of their communication. They're recruiting, planning, everything that they're doing, even initiating their war against the innocent or the infidels, is being done on social sites. So the internet is not the best place to do your business. And with media having their own social sites and their own YouTube, and for the news reports to come out and say, well, here's what the United States is going to do, and here's the plan, and here's what the president says, and here's how we're going to handle it. Boy, that'd kind of be letting them know the exact count of the eggs in the basket. And maybe that wouldn't be a good thing to do. The evildoers, are utilizing the same tool. And so there's a lot of ways that we can look at this. But the one thing that I keep seeing is fear. A whole lot of fear. And when we see what happened in Paris and in a lot of other places and over in the big hotel there in Mali and stuff like that, we have reason to be alarmed and be concerned. These are unexpected things that take the innocent by surprise. I would say hang on to your hunting gear. All that hunting gear that you've got, for goodness sake, don't give it up. You just don't know what kind of wild animal might need to be handled with or dealt with. So by all means, take care of that hunting gear. We may end up being in a position where we have to be great hunters. I don't know, guys. It's just crazy. They're talking about all these refugees, and I started listening to the news just to hear what's going on and what is coming from the media. And I keep hearing this, well, this isn't the American way, you know, and this isn't the way America does things, and we have to let the refugees in because that's who we are. And it takes me back to Ellis Island, you know, and yeah, that's who we were, my goodness sakes. You know, in 1954, they closed Ellis Island. It's now, I think, a museum or something. But it ran for, I don't know how many years. It opened up in 1892. And the first immigrant to come into Ellis Island was a 15-year-old by the name of Annie Moore. But Ellis Island was where the refugees or the immigrants would come in, and there, of course, they went through their background checks and everything that had to be done. According to the stories in my family, they even had to learn parts of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and they had to be able to speak enough English and have enough money with them that they could function as good citizens on the mainland before they could even come to the mainland. And a lot of people were sent back. They didn't get to come in. You know, they found them unhealthy. They would have communicable diseases, or they would have mental illness and stuff like that. So they were rejected and sent back. And that had to be a hard thing for them, because here they'd made the journey, you know, over the oceans to get to America, only to be sent back if they weren't well, or if they didn't have any money, or if they had a bad history or bad record. And you know, it makes me wonder, these refugees today, we have no information on them, none. You know, and yet back in the 1800s, 1892, I guess it was, they had enough records on people to know whether they were trustworthy or criminals. But today, no records. So we have to look at the lifestyle and know how these people lived. Evidently, there is no record keeping of what these people are like or who they are. I don't even know if they have birth records. Does anybody? What we do know is that the enemy by choice, they are enemy by choice, infiltrate the good people that are trying to break away and come into safe places to get away from the war-torn problems of that area. Are we supposed to just welcome them in and take a risk ourselves? And the majority of Americans today say no. You know, we're not willing to take that risk. Well, America's not very strong right now financially. You know, we've had droughts all over the place. We don't have, I mean, California's suffering big time. That's where most of our garden goods come from, is California. And those crops have been hurt terribly. You go to the supermarket and look at the price of food. Look at the price of meats. Look at the price of eggs. And the size of packaging, how they've taken the packages down. America's not in a position right now to help more hungry people. We're just not. So, does that mean we don't want to? No. It's not about the heart of us or the people. It's about the situation. We have to take care of ourselves, take care of our families. And we have to be assured that anybody that does come into America are not coming in with ill thought of mind. They're not coming in to hurt us or to hurt our families. That's our job. So it's not the America that it was in 1892 or in 1954. We are not that America. Life has changed. The enemies have changed. People have changed. Immigration has changed. You know, finances in America certainly has changed. You know, the golden opportunity in America doesn't even happen for Americans so much anymore. So we need to be prepared because we don't know what's going to be happening here real soon. What we do know is none of us feel real safe. We don't feel good about what's happening. And justifiably so. Too much going on that we don't know and that we can't get answers to. You know, that's scary. I mean, they say that there are a number of states that are standing up and saying they won't accept refugees. You know, Obama is saying that he's going to let in, or he wants us prepared to accept 10,000 Syrian refugees in the next year. That's a big increase from the original 1,500. So states such as Illinois, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maine, Iowa, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Arizona, Indiana, Massachusetts, Idaho, Louisiana, Michigan, Alabama, Texas, Kansas, Georgia, Mississippi, and Arkansas are saying no, that they are seeking to stop the relocation of the new Syrian refugees and keep them from coming into their states for fear of the violent extremists that are posing as refugees. Well, I appreciate Idaho for saying no, because that's where I live and I want my family safe, and I don't want to be sitting in some little cafe drinking a cup of coffee and have a bomb go off or have somebody start shooting at us. I'm just not willing to take that risk. Now the question is, you know, can these states stop this movement from the federal government or from President Obama to bring in these refugees? Can they do it legally? Well, according to the Supreme Court in the Hines and David O. Witts, the supremacy of a national power in the general field of foreign affairs, they said no, that the state do not get to overrule the federal government on matters such as this. So I'm going to put a link, and you guys can read this yourself about it. What it's going to come to, you know, if the states don't have that right, you know, are we going to be forced? Is the federal government forcing our hand that we will take them like it or not? But it sure makes you wonder. It really does. It's not comfortable. But just the same, friends and family, I mean, would I take family in that needed help? Absolutely. Absolutely. Would I feed them, break bread with them, you know, make sure that they were clothed and warm and okay, healthy? Absolutely I would. If I knew that these people were not a danger to my family. But I don't know that. This is like Vietnam. You don't know Who is the North Vietnamese and who was the South Vietnamese? And Obama coming up and talking about children, that these children are like our children. That is so not true. You know, we don't teach our children from birth to hate other people and to think that we have the right to kill them because they think differently than we do. And let's face it, we are all under the same creator, whether they accept that or like that, or whether we do. Doesn't matter. We are. That is a fact. And we are all the same. If you take the exterior off, we bleed the same. We have the same vital organs. The hearts beat the same. The lungs work the same. Kidneys work the same. And so does your anus. You go poop the same. You know, we are all human beings. The division that's being caused is caused by government and by hate, pure hate. And the deception that people fall under and have grown under and lived under, most of them for all their lives. Those little children, like in Vietnam, will walk into your home with a bomb strapped to them because they believe that that's what they're supposed to do. That is what their God wants them to do. It's what they're programmed to do. So can we be assured that when we welcome these people in, a mother, a father, and children, that this is a safe family that we're bringing into our home? We cannot be sure of that. Because if they believe, if they are Muslim, and they believe in Muhammad and his teachings, they want you dead. They want you annihilated. They want to chop your head off. Does that mean all Muslim people are bad people? I can't answer that. I really can't. Some people say yes. Some people say no. I don't know. Today, I don't know. Ask me that a few years ago, I would have said there's good and bad. But today, I don't know. And it's the not knowing that makes me say it would not be wise to bring them into our homes. I hate saying that because I love all people. I sincerely, honestly do. That's who I am. I love all people. But can I trust all people? I'm sorry, but no, I can't. And neither can you. The best thing we can do is to stand firm and be strong. Don't buckle. Don't buy into the fear. But be prepared to go hunting, if we must, to protect our families and for the safeguarding of our families. And you know what I mean. We're in crazy times. I love you all. Great big hugs and a whole bunch of love. And if this sounded a little awkward, it was. It's hard to say what I want to say because I know, number one, I'm going to get censored. Number two, I'm going to get attacked. And number three, if I say what I want to say from my heart, I'm going to cry. Not because I'm afraid. I'm certainly not. But because I love you all. And I want this madness, this insanity to stop. I want our country strong again. And we need to make a change. Make a change. We certainly do in our government. There's something very, very wrong. That's my opinion. Certainly is my opinion. But I love you all. Great big hugs. Be good to one another. Prepare for the unexpected. Atlanta, Georgia, be careful tomorrow. You know, people made fun. They wanted us not to like Anonymous. But Anonymous is on our side. They want to stop this insanity too. And they're warning that there are attacks. And by the way, the FBI are taking that very serious, according to the article. Links down below. You might find a couple more links. Great big hugs. Jelly beans. Love you all. Catch you guys later.